Dark Matter Season 1 just delivered one of the most mind-bending multiverse stories ever put on television. The show explores what happens when a man gets the chance to see the life he could have lived. Starring Joel Edgerton and Jennifer Connelly, the debut season of the Apple TV Plus series has already proven to be one of the most innovative and exciting new series in recent years. Here's everything that happened in Dark Matter Season 1, from the initial kidnapping to the thrilling conclusion. Jason Desson's ordinary life gets shattered when a masked man kidnaps him at gunpoint and brings him to an abandoned warehouse. After being injected and knocked out, he wakes up in a completely different reality, where he's greeted by Leighton and other scientists who congratulate him on his return. When he returns home, he finds Amanda waiting for him instead of his wife and son. Amanda claims she's the one Jason is in a relationship with and knows nothing about Daniela or Charlie. As Jason notices the apartment looks completely different, he realizes something impossible has happened. Meanwhile, we see that a masked kidnapper comes to the main character's house, and we realize it's an exact copy of Jason, who greets Daniela and pretends to be her husband. The action takes place in two parallel universes, where the Jasons have somehow switched places. The main Jason discovers he's considered the most famous physicist of our time, and disappeared somewhere a year and a half ago. He learns that Daniela is a successful artist in this world, and his friend Ryan is a nobody. But in the past, Ryan created a medical substance for Jason. Jason realizes that although Daniela isn't his wife in this universe, they're on good terms. She reveals that years ago, the evil Jason chose a career over marriage, after which they broke up. Because Jason doesn't know who else to turn to, he asks Daniela for help. They sneak into his house together after luring Amanda out, and Jason finds notes where he recognizes an old design of his, some kind of box that can superposition matter. Jason realizes he's in a parallel universe, and a doppelganger from that world has kidnapped him, then somehow sent him here. As guards from the lab burst into Daniela's apartment and kill the woman, Jason is knocked out and interrogated again. This time, Leighton thinks Jason simply has amnesia and shows him the lab, explaining exactly what they were working on. The evil Jason invented a box that can create a passageway between worlds. The creator of the technology went there first without warning and disappeared for a year and a half. Jason doesn't want to help Leighton since the local Daniela died because of him. While the head of the laboratory realizes that not their Jason is sitting in front of him, they begin to torture him, trying to find out how he got there. Amanda, who is his girlfriend and also a physicist in the lab, helps Jason escape, but they're unable to leave the building, so the only way out is to go into the box. Amanda gives Jason the same substance that the evil Jason injected at the beginning of the season, then closes the entrance to the box. When they wake up, they find themselves in an endless corridor with an endless number of doors. Amanda explains that the drug allows them to perceive and enter parallel worlds. It takes an hour and a half to take effect. Amanda doesn't know how the box works or how to find the right door. Jason and Amanda wander down the endless corridor and decide to open the first door they see. They find themselves in a post-apocalyptic world, which begins to collapse right before their eyes. The main characters manage to return at the last moment and close the door behind them. They realize that the coordinates of the box are the same every time in new worlds, but the couple can't find the right universe. The box works like this. If the door is closed and people have taken the substance, an endless corridor is visible. Once the door is opened, the corridor shrinks back to the box until the door is closed. The main characters look into many doors, but the world only gets worse each time. They open door after door, finding monsters, desolate wastelands, and unlivable environments. After all the crazy worlds the main characters have visited, Amanda freaks out and opens a door that leads to a snowy wasteland. Jason runs after her, but when he catches up with her, he can't find his way back. Eventually, they manage to find an abandoned house and get warm. In the morning, they realize that this world has also suffered some kind of disaster. Amanda shares with Jason memories of her past, and Jason realizes how to control the box. The thoughts and desires of the people in the corridor determine where the door will lead. They were scared the whole time, and that's why the main characters stumbled into post-apocalyptic worlds. As an enraged Leighton takes the bag of ampules and goes into the box, hoping to find the fugitives and figure out how the device works, we see that he was unable to cope with all the difficulties of parallel universes and is at death's door. The couple finds the box under a layer of snow, and Jason tries to concentrate on his home universe. But it turns out to be too difficult, and they end up on yet another dying world. There they meet Blair from Amanda's world. She's the second test subject to enter the box. They meet Blair, a past test subject, who refuses to leave the dying world she now considers home. With each new attempt, Jason gets closer and closer to his world. First, he finds his hometown in the midst of a deadly virus. Then he finds a universe that's perfectly normal, though not his own. But in it, Daniela lives happily with her husband, Jason. The evil twin gets the idea to get rid of the copy and take his place, but Jason's conscience won't allow it. Jason and Amanda find an idyllic world. Amanda wants to stay, but Jason continues searching. Amanda decides to stay here and asks Jason to join her, as they don't have many ampules left, and the chance of finding the right world are too small. Though they have become closer over the course of the journey, Jason refuses and returns to the box. Soon he has only one attempt left, and the man concentrates not just on the world he wants to get to, but on the emotions he feels around his family. Then he confidently opens the door. Meanwhile, the evil Jason is living the life of the main character. We learn that he came to this universe because he regrets his past. He takes Leighton to the box and offers a deal, money in exchange for ampules and instruction. To have the money to live on, he finds Leighton in this universe. In his world, it was Leighton who financed the creation of the box. Local Leighton doesn't want to hear about another business idea, but the evil Jason says he wasn't going to offer him anything, but wants to show him something that will make Leighton speechless. He takes the man to the abandoned hangar and shows him the box. After drinking the substance, they go inside and the evil Jason shows him some worlds that Leighton is fascinated by. The doppelganger explains in general terms how the box works and offers a trade. Leighton gives him a huge sum of money, and the evil Jason teaches him how to use the device and gives him the remaining ampules of the substance. If you're fascinated by how dark matter weaves together multiverse science with deeply personal family drama, and want to understand every twist that leads to the season's explosive finale, make sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications. We're breaking down all the connections that make this show such a compelling exploration of choice, identity, and what it truly means to be yourself. Leighton, being very rich, has already tried everything he can in this world. So such an offer seems tempting to him. For some time they travel through the worlds, and eventually Leighton asks for more ampules. He will pay an additional $1 million for each one. Evil Jason agrees and returns to his world. There, he picks up several packages of ampules and discovers that Jason and Amanda have gone into the box. The doppelganger realizes that they can find him. The evil Jason behaves unusually for those close to him, and they begin to suspect that something is wrong with him. Daniela notices injection marks on his veins and decides to follow her husband. Daniela finds the ampule and grows suspicious. Ryan meets with the evil Jason and tries to clarify the situation, but the evil Jason says that it is better if he shows him everything. They head to the box, and after taking the substance, they go inside. Evil Jason tells his friend about the existence of other universes, but you can only get into the ones where your version exists or has existed. The doppelganger takes Ryan to a beautiful world where happiness reigns and technology has advanced. He leaves him there and closes the door behind him. After teaching Leighton how to handle the box, the evil Jason gives him the remaining ampules and sends him on a solitary journey, after which he walls up the entrance. However, after a while, a detective appears on his doorstep. She reports Ryan's disappearance, and suspicions fall on the evil Jason. The situation starts to get out of control, so he breaks the blocked entrance to the box and finds in some random universe an alcoholic Ryan, who works as a car mechanic. Evil Jason gets him drunk and takes him to his universe. Then he makes it look like Ryan has lost his mind. Daniela begins to suspect that something is wrong, but the evil Jason manages to change her mind for a while. One night, the evil Jason is attacked by his doppelganger, but the evil Jason manages to kill the man. Afterward, he hides the corpse in his car. Jason steps out of the box and soon realizes that this is his universe. He becomes convinced that the evil Jason lives with his wife and goes to a gun store, but learns that an identical man to him walked in a few minutes ago and also wanted to purchase a gun. He realizes each decision created another Jason, and now they've all returned to reclaim his life. It was one of the copies that the evil Jason killed some time ago. The next day, the evil Jason is chased by other copies and even kills another one in the restroom of the university where he was teaching. Meanwhile, the main character tricks Daniela out of the house and tells her about parallel worlds. At first, his wife thinks that he went crazy, but Jason manages to convince her. He asks her to take their son Charlie out of the house and meet him later, after which they separate. Daniela returns home and pulls the evil Jason down the stairs. Then the other copies show up and try to get their wife away, but the woman and her son escape from them and return to the main character. The family is hiding in a mansion that only the son Charlie knows about. The remaining copies, of which there are already several dozen, are trying to find loved ones and even create a general chat room. Jason joins and learns that some are willing to hold a lottery or even do joint custody, but some are clearly crazy and will do anything to get their family back. Daniela realizes the situation she is in, so she informs that she has made a choice. She will stay with the main character even though the others are in fact also her husband. Soon their hideout is found, and the real carnage begins. One of the copies is about to kill Jason, but he is saved by the evil Jason. He tells them he's sorry for what he did, gives them his car, and lets them go. Charlie finds a package with ampules in the car, and the main character realizes that the only way to get out of this situation is to find a new world where they will not be found by other copies. They arrive at the warehouse, but there are already several dozen copies waiting for them there. However, they have no intention of attacking. The copies have also realized that the only way out for Daniela and Charlie is to leave their universe with the Jason they themselves chose. Therefore, the copies are only here to say goodbye. The family goes into the box, and after a while they find a world they are willing to stay in. In other worlds, Amanda and Ryan reconnect, and Leighton continues exploring the multiverse. Blair finally decides to leave her dying world. Dark Matter Season 1 succeeds because it understands that the best science fiction uses mind-bending concepts to explore deeply human questions about choice, identity, and what we're willing to sacrifice for the people we love. The show creates genuine emotional investment in characters whose struggles reflect universal fears about the roads not taken. The infinite Jason problem represents the ultimate consequence of trying to have it all. When every possible version of yourself exists, the question becomes not what you can achieve, but who you choose to be. The season's resolution suggests that sometimes the best way forward is to accept that the past is gone and focus on building something new together. If you want to explore more analysis of the best shows on television, make sure you're subscribed with notifications on. And let me know in the comments which aspect of the show's exploration of parallel possibilities you found the most compelling. The infinite Jason copies, Amanda's journey of self-discovery, or the deep question of whether love can transcend dimensional boundaries when everything else about reality becomes negotiable.